at how open my nostrils are. Is that normal? I feel like they're like locked into place right now. Okay, I'm getting up. Daisy, are you getting up? You wanna get out of bed? She's not getting out of bed. Oh, good morning. It's about 7:40 a.m. and it is officially day one of the cortisol cleanse. I'm very tired and I think that I just want to like ease into the morning. So I'm going to make some green juice. Well, I actually already have some celery juice made. I'm just gonna put in my lecithin and then I'm just gonna sip on that while I work on some journaling stuff. And then later I will go to the gym and do more rigorous things. But for now, we're just gonna have a slow morning, you know, go gently into the first day and not overdo it because I'm very tired. Oh my gosh. Okay. See that? Right here? All just dog kibble. Why is it like this? Okay, so we have some lovely celery juice that I made yesterday afternoon. I would not recommend leaving this in your fridge for more than like 2 days max. It just doesn't really last that long, since it is obviously all natural. And then we have our lecithin. I usually keep it in this little jar for convenience, but a serving size is 2 tablespoons. I usually just put a tablespoon. Don't ask me why I just can't drink out of these. But there you have it. It kind of makes the celery juice like creamy. So you have a celery juice milkshake. Cheers. Hey, Bubbins. Hi. You wanna go outside? You wanna go potty? Come on, we gotta go potty. Sorry, I'm like out of breath. This is exactly why we're doing this. I was just getting ready to leave the house and go pick up some groceries. I don't have a lot of vegetarian options in this house, so I need to go get more food just so I can actually like eat and sustain myself during this whole thing. It's gonna be interesting because I haven't been vegetarian since high school. For context, I'm 28 now, so it's been over a decade since I was vegetarian. At that time, I remember it being really difficult, but I also never really did my research. I didn't really know how to nourish my body, especially at the level of physical activity that I was doing. So I'm hoping that it'll go a little bit better this time. But yeah, I am just gonna go do a quick Costco run and then hopefully that'll get us in a good place to start this whole thing. And then the rest of the day is basically just going to be getting my supplements in order, figuring out a good routine for that, getting a little bit of exercise, hopefully, if I have time. Yeah, let's head to Costco. Holy crap, it is so windy outside. Whew. It was also very busy in Costco, as it usually is, so I did not really film in there, but we got everything that I needed. I was really sad for a second because I thought that they didn't have just plain almonds. I could only find like seasoned or salted, but we got the almonds. I think we got everything, so I'm gonna go home and we'll do a little haul. Ah, holy shit. Hang on. All right, Costco haul time. We've got some spinach and cheese ravioli. I'm probably gonna freeze half of these, and then they're good till February, so that'll be good to have in the fridge for like emergencies if I just need a little extra food. I got some kiwis. Kiwis are supposedly really good for helping like regulate your sleep. So I thought that kiwis would be a good source of natural sugars, but also like if they have that added benefit of helping you sleep, then that's great. Just got some salad mix. I have a lot of like canned things and some actually cooked stuff that I need to get through, just like butternut squash and beets and stuff. So I am usually pretty good about making a tasty salad, so I just got more salad mix. And then I got my almonds, which I'm very happy about. I'm going to try to have like a handful of almonds every day before my coffee at the very least. I'm not always in the mood for like an actual breakfast in the morning, so trying to avoid eating or drinking coffee on an empty stomach. So I'm gonna just try my best to have like a handful of almonds every morning before my coffee. Also, before my coffee, I'm gonna do a tablespoon of olive oil. This is something that I used to do when I was trying to heal my psoriasis through just diet. I don't really do that anymore. I'm on medication for it, but it's something that I picked up and I find works really well just for keeping your digestive system regulated. And it's also a source of healthy fats, so that's going to be great. I got some oatmeal. I've never tried this brand before, Health Warrior. We'll see. It has a lot of good stuff in it. You know, it's got sunflower seeds, pumpkin, flax, and chia. The flavors sounded really good. It's apple, walnut, and maple cinnamon date. So that'll be one breakfast option for me. The other breakfast thing is eggs on sourdough with avocado. It's literally just avocado toast. But I've really been enjoying that lately, and eggs are like one of the only sources of animal protein that I'm going to allow myself during this next month. I just need a little something. I know myself, and I know that it's really hard to like feel 100% just off of plant proteins. So eggs are gonna stay in the mix. And then I also got these fig bars. These are one of my favorite things ever. I just think that they're pretty good. No processed food is going to be amazing, but it'll be a good snack when I need a snack. So that is what I got, and yeah, I'm excited to just give it a try and see how I feel at the end of this month. Hey everyone, it is January 18th, currently 7:54 a.m. I've been awake since about 5:40. I had a very rough start to my day. Miss Daisy decided that it was a good morning to poop all over the bedroom carpet. So I spent a good part of my time awake cleaning that up, and you know when you start cleaning up one mess and then it's just like more messes start populating? That has basically been my morning. I decided that I was going to clean all of the bedding and do some laundry because I don't really know like where all of the poo ended up. And after that I was like, I'm just gonna cook since I'm awake. And so then I had to clean the kitchen because the kitchen was a mess, and now I'm gonna have to clean it again because I made a mess cooking. And I guess all of that to say it's just been kind of a stressful morning, and I think that today is the perfect day for me to do a morning meditation and just try to recalibrate myself, because I just feel like pissed off and stressed out, and that's not how I want the rest of my day to go. So I'm going to just take a beat and do like a nice 15-minute morning meditation and just get my shit straight, because it's just been a lot so far. Daisy feels very bad. I can tell that she regrets pooping on the carpet, but I don't know. What's going on with your tummy, bub? You gonna be okay? Yeah. We're gonna make it, Days. It's gonna be alright. I got excited and forgot to record the rest, but here's my breakfast. Delicious. I love this. It's like one of my favorite things ever. Just good old avocado toast, baby. Oh my goodness. Hello there, everybody. So, fun fact, today has been full of technical difficulties. So this is actually my second time attempting to record this. This morning, low-key stressed me the fuck out, but what better time to put these stress management tools to the test than today. Today is February 8th, which means that yesterday was the 4-week mark of the 30-day cortisol cleanse. Why am I talking with a southern accent? Now that I've officially completed the full 30 days, I wanted to sit down and talk about how everything went and just kind of give a review on the cleanse itself. I'm just going to start off by saying pleasantly surprised with the results. I admittedly did have a couple days where I got triggered and was dealing with some anxiety, but the amount of time that those triggered states lasted was a lot shorter than what I had been experiencing prior to doing this. There were a few different measurements that I was keeping track of the last 30 days, and those were energy levels, mood, obviously, cravings, and quality of sleep. I would say that with my energy levels, I started off really strong. I felt great for the first week or two, and then at some point I started to notice that I just felt so tired from basically the time that I woke up to the time that I would lay down to go to bed. I just stopped feeling really rested, and I think a big part of that had to do with the fact that I wasn't consuming as much protein as I should have been. If you watched the prep video for this cleanse, then you might recall that I've been doing a vegetarian diet for the last 30 days. And I think I was just relying way too much on carbs to help me feel full, which ultimately led to me just feeling sluggish all the time. Once I started to prioritize my protein intake, I did start to notice my energy levels increasing again, so that is something you might want to keep in mind if you plan on trying this. In order to properly fuel your brain and your body, you do need to be consuming enough protein, so just learn from my mistake that carbs are not always your friend. Moving on, as I did already kind of mention, my mood over the last 30 days was honestly really good, especially compared to the last couple months. I noticed a complete turnaround. Overall, I was just a lot happier. I was feeling excitement for future plans. I wasn't letting things get to me as much. And while there were definitely a few moments that I got triggered and was experiencing anger or anxiety, my ability to deal with those difficult emotions in a more appropriate way significantly improved. Just as an example, on January 24th, I think it was, I just got really worked up about something and sadly did go over the edge into an anxiety attack. And normally when that happens, I'm out of commission for like a day or two, honestly. And the major difference this time was that I got over it within an hour, maybe two tops. I was actually able to recognize that yes, I was in a triggered state and used healthy coping mechanisms to back off of those feelings and carry on with my day. So I guess if there's one takeaway from this video, it's that I did achieve what I set out to do, which was to mitigate chronic stress and just reduce the level of cortisol that I was producing. So yeah, super happy about that, honestly. Now, cravings are another piece of this, right? Because if you're already in the habit of eating sugary or salty foods, it's really hard to just quit that cold turkey. There were a few days where I really wanted an alcoholic beverage, especially after a busy day at work. All I wanted to do was just dissociate on the couch and unwind with a seltzer. And look, there's nothing wrong with having a drink every now and then, but having a craving that strong is probably indicative that there's something else going on. The same thing goes for sugar. Oh my god, like just wanting something sweet after a meal, like I cannot ignore those cravings no matter how hard I try. And interestingly enough, the day that I really gave up all of my willpower and just completely binged on candy was the same day that I ended up having an anxiety attack. And if it wasn't the same day, then I had the anxiety attack a day later. So that correlation was super clear and really just made me realize that, like, yeah, sugar is not my friend. So definitely want to get that under control. Sugar addiction, it sounds so dramatic when you say it out loud, but it's a real thing and it's something that I've struggled with for a really long time. So if anyone has successfully gotten rid of their sugar cravings, I would love to know how you did it. Just let me know in the comments below, because your girl needs help. I've tried so many times to just be like, I'm not eating sugar anymore, and it never works. So let me know. The last measurement that I was taking note of was my sleeping habits. I talked about this in my prep video that sleep was going to be another really important part of this cleanse. And I was going to attempt to fall asleep at the same time every night and wake up at the same time every day. Truthfully, that did not happen. I really did try. I would lay down, somewhere between 10:30 and 11. but actually falling asleep was a completely different story. There were nights where I would be down and out within like 10 minutes. And then there were other nights where I would just lay there for like 2 hours and not be able to fall asleep no matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried. The thing is that I stayed really consistent with my diet, my workouts, I didn't drink alcohol. I tried really hard to do the green juice before the coffee so I wasn't like overloading myself with caffeine. I did all of it, and it just seemed like there were days where my body didn't really want to wind down no matter what I did. I found it interesting that even when I was doing everything like right, that there were still pieces of the puzzle that weren't really fitting. I honestly thought that the longer I did this, the more easily sleep would come to me, and that didn't really happen. So I guess there's something else affecting my sleep that maybe I'm not that aware of. I definitely like to follow that thread a little bit more and just see what I can learn. But for now, the quest for a good night's rest continues. Overall, I would say that this cleanse definitely worked. I would rate this whole experience maybe like an 8.5 out of 10. I for sure noticed a positive shift in my mood, and that is enough to convince me that this was worthwhile. I know that it's not possible to completely eliminate stress from my life, but that wasn't really the goal. I was more so trying to prep my body for when stress does happen so that it can better deal with those physical responses and just work through that process a lot quicker. The truth is that I just really needed something to change. I was just at the point where I was trying to will my anxiety away, and if you struggle with any kind of, mental health issue, you know that doesn't work. But I also wasn't quite at the point where I felt comfortable going on medication. So even though this kind of felt like a last-ditch effort, I really am pleased with the results. I am definitely going to integrate these habits into my everyday life, whether that's eating vegan a couple days out of the week, really moderating my sugar and alcohol consumption. But I feel like I would be doing myself a disservice if I just went back to the lifestyle that I was living before this, because the stress would most likely just work its way back up eventually. If anyone is interested in trying this out and had any questions, I'm happy to chat with you about the process. It honestly wasn't too hard, aside from, like I said, the cravings, the sleep. Like, there are definitely going to be elements for everybody that need a little bit more tweaking than others, but it's definitely worth a try. And if you're just needing some support for your nervous system, I would say definitely give this a try. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!